like I want to talk about the Nishama example, but I wanted to go very deep. As in, even when it's real estate, I wanted to go like really, really deep. Like not deep, but I wanted to give examples. For instance, the Nishama townhouses, they were launched at 1.7. I think the 3 beds are 1.7, okay? And they sold out. So when you're looking at, when you can be at two extremes when you look at this situation. You can say, oh my God, everybody who's buying is stupid because there's a global recession, whatever people are talking about, let them talk. And the other side is, so you can look at these people, so there's the guys who said, no, we want to buy, we want to buy, we want to buy. And there's the other guys who are like, no, they're all stupid. Yet, is it just me that recognizes that there's a middle path to all of this? There is something that's relevant to every specific person's situation, right? There's going to be something of value to a person. Now, how is it value? For example, the guy who needs to buy a house does not have all the money today, does not qualify for the bank mortgage today, okay? But he wants a house and he's okay to wait 3 years and he's got the flexibility of making the payments over a few months. And he wants that one house for himself and his family because he plans on living here 5-10 years from now. It's value for him. Yeah. He can get a brand new house and then make the payments in the slow go way, okay? The other guy who's thinking about, hey, I've got some money coming from my business, 200,000-300,000 dirhams every year, 400,000 dirhams every year. I can easily invest in something. He's thinking, okay, I want to invest in a townhouse. But he invests for the long term. Like if you look at townhouses, there's 7 communities. I counted last time. There's 7 communities coming, okay? So the guy, as a business person, he's already got 5-6 properties in Dubai. He knows that the villa will get delivered in 2-3 years. He knows that in 2-3 years, the rents might be a little bit average because there's 7 other communities coming. He doesn't care. He doesn't mind. He's got extra cash coming in. Yes, cash is losing value. We can all agree on this. Everything that you could buy today, everything you could buy with 1,000 dirhams 2 years ago, today is less. ठीक है आपका KFC, McDonald's, your tea, okay, fine. So we can all agree that cash, as Grant Cardone says, is trash, right? We can all agree on that. Chalo, fine. So he wants to put it in an asset. So for him also is okay. Who is it not okay for? The Nishama townhouses launch. The guy who can't afford the 3-bed. But the agent has convinced him that this is the best thing after sliced bread, you should buy it. And I'll flip it for you in a year. And you will make 300,000. No, it's not. You probably won't be able to flip it. So it's not good for somebody who wants to invest and flip. It's not good for somebody who has not got the ability to make the payments, who's relying on when the final handover payment comes, and I think it's 30% on handover, I'll get a mortgage. Well, actually, he's going to pay 70%, so 30% more. So do you understand? Value is defined by people individually, and it's personal to the person. So the other day, I was following this guy, Cash Alavi, right? He's based in Toronto. Senior broker, doesn't have a great big following, but creates good content. Go and follow him, find out, see what he's saying. But because he's been in the market so long and he's an investor himself, he was talking about this and he said, look, I've really researched this topic a lot. The topic of stagflation. ठीक है? हाँ Jinu? Yeah. He's talking about stagflation and he's basically saying कि stagflation के अंदर essentially what happens is asset prices, inflation is going up, but asset prices are going down, right? Do you understand? So prices of goods and services are going up, but the economy, stagflation, I don't think the asset prices are going down, but the economy is not booming. So people, and he was referring to this time in the 80s or the 90s, where he was talking about how only a few people would go on vacations internationally and they would buy a few newer cars and stuff like that. Whereas now, going on a vacation is the norm. right? Buying a new car is the norm, right? At least in the people we go around. Like India, maybe if you have थोड़ी हैसियत है तो खरीद लेते हो गाड़ी, right? Vacation पे भी चले जाते हो, like थोड़ी हैसियत है तो दुबई तक तो you come to Dubai, right? At least. सही कह रहा हूँ? कितनी, how much हैसियत you need to from India to come to Dubai? From Pakistan, you don't need X number of money. You need like middle income can come to Dubai, right? Okay. Why do we have a negative overview of the world or outlook to the world? You know what people need to say, oh my God, we're entering into a crisis and a disaster and all that. Like when I think about this, I look back at Apple, right? Apple looked, first of all, Steve Jobs comes back in 2003 or 4. Just look when Steve Jobs came back to Apple after he was kicked out, and he came back in 2003 or 4 and he introduced like what, iPods. 96, 97, 90. You know the story, right? 96. You know the story, right? Yeah. Steve Jobs founded Apple, and then the Pepsi CEO he brought in kicked Steve Jobs out. He said, "Ye masla."
He starts next.
Yeah, he starts next, and then next becomes big, and then he's brought back to Apple, right? So, okay. The point is, what did Steve Jobs do to throughout 2008, the global financial crisis? And they said, the world's going to end. Oh my God. You better like take cover, like the sky is falling. You know Chicken Little? Sky is falling, sky is falling. Sky. You know what happens, right? Chicken Little, she has like a wooden piece of blue, something blue falls onto her head, and then she starts saying, the sky is going to fall, the sky is going to fall. And then she goes around, sky is falling, sky is falling, sky is falling. So I had another investor of mine contact me the other day, right? Same story. He's like, so just to finish the Apple story, Steve Jobs, Apple didn't stop and say, oh my God, the sky is fallen. We should never innovate on phones, mobile phones, smartphones. We don't even call them mobile phones anymore. We should just stop because nobody's ever going to be able to buy a smartphone anymore. No, they just continue to produce the next and the next and the next and the next. And you just continue. Like, so you have to almost, all of you, I think what everybody should do is look in themselves and say, what can I do to provide service to the people around me, to provide value to the people around me? And you will be okay. As a realtor, as an advisor, as an investor, as a buyer, as a seller, you will be okay. Don't worry. Because if you purchase value, and value, you got to remember, changes with your personal situation, right? So a gold nugget for a millionaire is extremely valuable because he's storing wealth in it. But God forbid, if it's World War II situation of war, that gold nugget loses its value for him to hold it. Instead, piece of bread becomes more valuable for him to survive with his family, right? So it's changing over time. So if you've got that mentality that, listen, I've got some basic things sorted out, I'm going to provide value to the world, you will be okay. You don't have to worry like, oh my God. Same thing applies to real estate. So one of my investors, we bought an apartment about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, on Emaar beachfront, okay? But he's got a lot of agents coming to him and saying, would you like to sell? Would you like to sell? Would you like to sell? He comes back to me for advice. What should I do? The whole global markets are in, I don't know what kind of disarray he's talking about. Don't know what asset to hold, what asset to sell. Okay, let's look at Emaar beachfront. Let's look at Dubai. Please, I'd like people to come and tell me, I want you to tell me and compare other cities to Dubai and tell me that Dubai lacks on these things. Come, I welcome you. And Dubai is not 100% perfect. So if you look at Dubai globally, Dubai in itself is a city where you should be living, technically speaking, or owning assets in Dubai. Take care, Gino. Like, tell me another city or another country in the world that is managing stuff as good as the UAE does, or Dubai. And, I agree that you'll be able to tell me, like, I don't know, I like Paris better because it's got Eiffel Tower and, the French take long lunches and, it's okay, I'm being sarcastic and I'm exaggerating a little bit. But first of all, Dubai is a great city. Then look at Emaar beachfront as a project, right? It's this new island that Emaar has created that's going to have only 27 buildings. It has a terminal for cruise ships coming in. and it has this big 6-lane or 7-lane highway that comes into dedicated to that island. So that island will never have a traffic problem like Dubai Marina did. This in itself is infrastructure worth billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. Can you easily replace billions of dollars? No, right? It's not easy, huh, Gino? So already your singular apartment is on an island that has billions of dollars dedicated in investment to it. So already you got value. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like Dubai in itself is this great city that is aiming for further greatness. So if you live here, own a business here, have an apartment here, already you're thinking, okay, this is amazing. I want to be here. I want to provide, I want to come to Dubai. I want to work over here. So already in Dubai, you're protected from the rest of the world and the shenanigans that are happening in the rest of the world, because you have continuity in leadership. You have a very solid vision with the leadership over here. They actually put in a lot of hard work in their city and the country. They actually care for the people, so on and so forth, for the citizens and for the residents. Then you look at the location in Dubai, for example, Emaar Beachfront. It's an amazing location. And then the location is amazing. It's got billions of dollars worth of infrastructure spent over there. It's irreplaceable. Kaun replace karega? Tumhare paas, you don't have the money. You have one apartment. You don't have the money to replace billions of dollars worth of infrastructure. That you've been to Emaar Beachfront, right? You saw that. You've been to Dubai Marina, right? You saw how Dubai Marina is kind of like a puzzle to get in, puzzle to get in. It's like you're always snaking through alleyways, right? But you went to Emaar Beachfront. How did it feel? Like you're like on this big, great, big, brand new road that Emaar built for all the people who are going to come there for shopping, easy and blah, 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 right? Then there's the cruise terminal, right? That's billions of dollars, yaar, of infrastructure. Then there's the beachfront. There's a beach access. Abhi, dunya mein aur kya chahiye? Everybody's going upstairs. What do people want? Beach access chahiye. Huh? Sun chahiye. What they want? The sun, beach access, some love. Cruise, go to a cruise, go travel around. So it's like, the fundamentals not going to change. People are going to still want to enjoy it. So maybe 1 or 2 years, pandemic came, guess what? People got scared for a little while. Did they stop going to the movie theaters now? Huh? Did they stop getting married? Did they stop having babies? Did they stop actually, finding new partners as spouses? Everything continues, right? Makes sense. So at the end of the day, this entire rant, guys, listen, forget the bloody past, man. Who wants to focus on the past? Forget it. Forget the past. Past ain't going to be helping you unless you're one of those guys who can just take lessons from the past but not be stuck in the past. I wish you all the best. Congratulations to you. Please bring us the lessons only. Don't scare us from the past, okay? Dubai doesn't look at the past. Dubai says, let's go forward. His Highness is going to say, there's leaders face challenges and go forward. They don't bloody look back, right? They don't look like, piche kya hua? Oh my God, acha ho gaya bhai. Pandemic aa gaya. Pandemic's gone now. What do you guys want, right? Let's move on to the future. Let's look forward, okay? Yes, things are tough for some people. I don't want to admit things are tough. Things are as they are for everyone. It is what it is. For everyone, right? And this speaker, Abraham Hicks, what did she talk about? She talked about if you really think about this, right, Gino, the bloody technological advancements we've had over the last 40, 50 years are unbelievable. This camera that's recording, the YouTube, the places where you're going to be seeing me, right? The internet, Google, all of this never existed in the past, right? It's all new. It came afterwards, so it's given a lot of people jobs, right? There's a full industry on the internet that's working. So, guys, motto, basic story is like, okay, it is what it is. Please stop being scared and focus on the value that you can provide in service to the world, and you'll be fine. Whether that's an investor, seller, buyer, even as a seller, as an investor, if you're providing a good apartment to somebody, you're providing service. He's going to rent it, he's going to give you money, and you're okay. All right, hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon. There is a link below. They can reach us, right? Yeah. Do a consultation, and then we can qualify them. If we can work, they can work with. You can work with me or somebody from my team, and we'd be happy to help. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you liked it. My name is Fahd Dawood. I've been doing this for 15 plus years. I started in Toronto, Canada in 2006, and since 2007, I've been based in Dubai and doing real estate in Dubai. Look, if you're looking to work with me, there's a form below and my mobile number. I do paid consulting. You can also get help from my team for services. If you like the video, press the like button, press the subscribe and the bell icon, and share it with your friends who you feel will be able to benefit from the content of this video. Last but not the least, I'll repeat, me and my team's role is always going to be to help and select the best property for you. Your role will be to invest in that property, and we will in turn invest in your life and your future. Bye for now.